Good evening, everyone. Welcome to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. I am your host, the romantic, funny man, Shawn Cornelius, sitting in on another night, and I'm so happy and so blessed to be here with you. So glad that you guys are joining me wherever you're watching this show. Tonight, I got another special show with another special guest, and this one's gonna be some fun. Looks, we're gonna go down memory lane and stroll back and talk about some things and what. Uh, See what we can bring up. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in and supporting the show. So, yeah, wherever you are watching, I want to say what's going on to my right and left hand. Producer Smoke, and program director Denise DeGiorgio Cooney, who's out there watching. Everybody's watching. So they're going to be busy tonight. We got so many things going on, and everybody on social media and out there watching it in your homes on TV. Yes, because you can do that now. You can definitely watch After Dark with Shawn Cornelius on several outlets. You know what I mean? So it's a wonderful night. I feel good. My stylist didn't come in tonight, so I hope the twist, the curls, and everything look kind of good because my people didn't let me know back there. Yeah, they're great workers, but they're really good staff and good people. But sometimes they don't let me know anything. So hopefully that's looking all good, and I'm looking TV fresh. So let's get into the conversation. You guys know that I graduated from Shaw University. Yeah, you should know. If you're a new follower or supporter, that's my alma mater. And I had a great time down in Raleigh, North Carolina, all those years getting what I went there to get, no matter how long it took me to get it. And I met a whole bunch of wonderful folks, a lot of folks I'm still in contact with today. And a lot of people I call my brothers and sisters. My guest tonight is someone that I really do love and care about, and she is considered a sister, but she's also a sister to me in the entertainment business. And it was so crazy how we caught up one time. I was actually performing on the road, and my manager got me a gig opening up with the late great Gerald Levert, and she just happened to be Gerald was one of Gerald's background singers, and we saw each other back there. Oh, hey, what you doing here? What you doing here? Ha ha. Anyway, I gave it away a little bit. She's a talented artist, talented singer from all different genres of music, and she was a student at Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina, along me. Gospel choir, yes, we were there. All kind of little funny things, fun things. And now she's just a star. She's a star with one of the most wonderful voices that I've honestly, not saying this because I know her. You guys will find out some of the things that she's done, and that will tell you that the industry respects her voice as well. So it's 3 minutes after the hour, which means it's time to bring my guest in. Please, guys, please welcome to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius, Shawn COCO McMillan. Okay, now you gotta act like you've done this before. You can't come on with the
You are
microphone
funny. I
muted.
knew you was going to say that. I knew you was going. I see. I have to keep you on your toes. That's
You gotta
all.
keep me on my toes. My that's a good way to shuffle it off on me. But how are you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm well. I'm well.
I definitely want to first of all thank you. Thank you for doing this for me and with me.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
Shawn, you didn't put that up there, but there's two Shawns on your screen. How wonderful and beautiful is that? Maybe she didn't put the name up there because I have no idea why she didn't.
And we spell it the same way. Isn't that
Spell it
funny?
exactly the same way. See,
Yeah.
we spell our names the same. We went to Shaw University. We're
Yep.
singers, entertainers. Look,
Yeah.
how much of a better show could we have tonight?
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna
It
be
is.
awesome.
So, yeah, we obviously here and there we bump into each other on the road.
Yeah.
But let's take them all the way back. Tell them where you're from. Tell them how you got to Shaw, and tell them how much you enjoyed the gospel choir, and all that. And then we'll move forward.
Yes. So I grew up in St. Paul's, North Carolina, and back then it was Coach Jackson, was the young man that recruited me to Shaw University for an HCOP program. So I ended up coming to Shaw during the summer of 1990. Um, my career there, majored in criminal justice. I was on a track scholarship. I was in the gospel and the university choir, as Shawn has said. Had an awesome time my 4 years there. I just had a wonderful time being at Shaw University. Um, Being there in the choirs, and Shawn, Shawn knows this. We would have late night rehearsals. It was just so much fun. We were just like family. So Shaw taught me a lot, really, about being family oriented. Because all of us was close, and we just had a good time, and we loved what we were doing.
Yeah, in the show, we had late night rehearsals as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. That's what we did. It was good.
The ground where you learn so much, where when you get out into the real world, it ain't really all that difficult.
Right,
It's
right,
a
right.
great training ground for you.
Yes.
How you can handle basically anything. You
Anything. And then we was always surrounded by people that love music, because Shaw was really, based on, I mean, the university choir and the gospel choir, nobody could touch us. Being under Dr. Cornwall was absolutely amazing because she taught you the difference in the university choir singing. If you're doing musicals, if you're doing plays or opera, you had that experience. When you go to the gospel choir, you have the, get down gospel, Church of God in Christ, you gonna shout all night, so you you learn you learn both. So it was amazing.
oh,
You know.
Coco, let's go earlier
Okay.
before Shaw and where your singing started. Obviously, you have a church background. Uh,
Absolutely.
when,
So
yeah, when and where did that get going?
my grandmother. So my grandmother was a pastor, and she started a group called the True Tone Juniors. It consists of myself and my cousins. I was 5 years old when I started singing in the church. And from that moment, up until then, she had me in um, the different concerts or at church or at the Lumberton High School, different high schools, participating in things, in the choir, singing up front all the time. So, at that point, I knew, I was going to be in music because I used to dress up as a little girl with her shoes and her heels and her makeup and doing all this stuff. So I was not the child that really went outside a lot.
Okay,
I was all mostly inside with something in my hand, thinking it was a microphone or trying to be, on somebody's stage.
right.
So, being under my grandmother, in this group, we did a lot of traveling even as a child. So I really learned the gift of music because my family was in music. My dad was in music. He plays the guitar. He sings. So both sides of my family. So I think with that, it just kind of carried me on to Shaw University. I knew that's what I wanted to do. However, I didn't major in music when I went to Shaw, but I majored in criminal justice. But I know music was my passion and my love, and that's what I was going to be doing.
Yeah, yeah. Turn your the volume down just a little bit.
Okay.
When did you know you had it though? Because you have it.
Um,
Like when was it? Like people was like, oh my god, and throw and doing all kind of things.
honestly, I think honestly it's when I came to college. I think it was college. As a child, you growing up, you just you sing it, but when you're in college, you kind of find yourself. You say, okay, you do different things, you try different things with your voice, and so you really start to learn yourself what you can, what you cannot do. When I knew, when I was in the different competitions and things like that, and I would start to win them, or people would start to call on me more to do things, that's how I kind of knew. I said, okay, I know it's a gift. I know it's a gift from God. So, I wanted to just, do what was right and really study my gift and, sing. So that's what music was to me.
Let me really quick with a name, and you should be familiar with this name,
Okay.
Rodney Johnson.
Yes. Rodney Johnson. Oh my God.
Rodney Johnson, folks, is a very talented stand-up comedian I met many years ago on the road, and we became
Yeah.
road dogs doing several college gigs together. And here's how small the world is, which we think it's a big place. But Coco is connected to Rodney. How?
I'm connected to Rodney because I met Rodney um, maybe 10, 15 years ago. I was actually doing a show. I was opening, he was the headliner for the show. In Raleigh. And so I was there performing and he came downstairs. He said, so I said, hey, how you doing? My name is Coco. I'm going to be performing for you tonight. He's like, oh, okay. Kind of brushing me up. I was like, but I sing, I sing. I really want you to hear me sing. He's like, oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Whatever. So, so I said, okay. So he went upstairs to his dressing room. I remember I started singing, There's a Leak in This Old Building. By the time I finished singing the song, when I looked over to my left, Rodney was standing there on the stage. So when I come off the stage, he's like, hey, girl, hey, you can sing. Hey, let me talk to you for a second. I was like, oh, no, I got to go. I was like, no, because my best friend and I, we was going to her brother's football game. So I was like, no, I got to go. I'll talk to you later. Remember, you didn't want to hear me sing. So it was so funny. It was so funny. And but he ended up I gave him my information. He ended up calling me. And one thing that he told me, Shawn, was, you know, if you start working with me, I promise you, I'll try to keep you working. I'll do anything possible to try to keep you working. And he kept his word. I mean, we did tours. We were in Jamaica doing concerts. And now I am one of his praise and worship leaders
Okay, now,
at his church in Villa Rica, Georgia. Isn't that
hold on. I just want to go back to something.
crazy?
You said you went to Jamaica?
Yes.
He ain't never take me to Jamaica.
Oh, see, here we go.
Look, I'm not hating. I'm just saying. I'm just making a statement.
Oh,
That's all.
yeah, we did Jamaica. We did Bahamas.
Okay, okay, that's enough.
Okay, okay, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we ain't got to go that far. We know he took you
I'm
places.
sorry.
No, that's awesome. Because he is an awesome
Yeah,
dude, and he's a very supportive brother.
yeah,
Because when I was doing my film about 2 years ago now, in 2019, he was a supporter, and I really
yeah,
appreciate him. And we're dudes like that. So yeah, give it up
yeah.
for Rodney Johnson.
The
Um,
great guy, Pastor Johnson. Yes.
yeah, so you jumped in. Yeah, I'm sorry, Pastor Johnson. So you jumped in. He wasn't a pastor when I met him, but anyway, that's
I know. I
a different show. That's a different show.
know.
Yeah, I brought Rodney to Monk's Corner to do a show. But what happened was, all right, so you got this gift, you got a gift. You come, Melvin Jackson, who was actually on the baseball team, one of my baseball teammates,
Yeah,
brought
yeah,
you, and everything was cool.
yeah.
So you come to Shaw, and,
Mhm,
and you do your thing, you shine out. You're gonna
mhm.
fast forward. You do your 4 years,
Yeah,
get in there, you get out,
yeah.
and what was the first great opportunity for you outside of Shaw that you had?
Uh, the first opportunity was for me. I started singing with this band out of Durham named Johnny White in the Elite Band, and he was well-known band in the Raleigh Durham area. So that really kept me doing some kind of gigs and keep me working, and we would do a lot of shows. So that was my first kind of outside of the university, outside and doing secular music. It was with Johnny White and the Elite Band. While I was with them, that's when the opportunity came up for Gerald Levert. But before that, I was in different competitions. I won the Next Gospel Star for the Raleigh, North Carolina area with
Okay.
Denver Wright. Great guy. Oh, there's Rodney. Okay, I'm sorry. I saw something Rodney. So yeah, I won the competition there, doing that. But then I met Gerald, and so it just kind of went from there with Gerald. It just kind of,
And that's
just kind of
when
kicked off for me.
we actually reconnected because you came to Charleston.
Yeah,
Gerald
yeah,
came to Charleston,
yeah,
and I was on the radio in Charleston,
yeah,
and I had to, open up and do something on the show. I'm like, remember the hotel lobby?
yeah,
What you doing here? And that was,
yeah,
I mean, that was awesome. So how long? God bless him. How
yeah.
long did you work with Gerald?
I worked with Gerald for 11 years.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, 11 years, and it was a great time with him because I learned a lot. working behind this legend, him and his dad, and other artists getting to tour with other artists, Frankie Beverly, Patty LaBelle. But Juro was he was such an entertainer, and he loved his craft. He loved music. He loved working hard, and just being under him, taught me a lot about music, about entertainment, about entertaining your people who come to see you. You got to please the crowd. He was a crowd
He sure was.
he knew how to work the crowd. Okay. They loved him. And I used to love to watch him work because I knew that that's something that he loved to do.
Yeah, well, you learn from one of the greats. You learn from Eddie, Levert, and the OJs, and I'm sure he
Wow.
was hanging around a bunch of those guys and those groups and those girls, those ladies, and he couldn't
Yeah.
do anything but be that. So God bless him,
Yeah.
because when I did
Yeah.
that show in Monk's Corner, I'm sitting in the back after I opened up the show, and I'm just watching him work, and I'm watching it with these teddy bears, and I'm watching them with these roses. I'm like, comics don't get that opportunity. And I said, I got to tighten up my show. I got to tighten this up. But it was an honor, and I was
Yeah.
so humbled to be able to work, and I was so proud of you, coming from where we come from, seeing
Yeah.
your classmates. So you do this thing, and I know you've done a lot in the gospel field,
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
gospel genre. Let's talk
Yeah.
about some of your gospel achievements.
Some of my gospel team, and I want to say this. Um, when I started working with Juro, I was also working for IBM at the time. So I'm having this full-time job. I'm working for Juro Levert, and in my back of my mind, I still, knowing that gospel is my first love, want to do my gospel career. I sent a cassette tape, Shawn, and you remember the cassette tapes, right?
Yeah, don't put me like I'm so much old like you, Coco. Don't do that. But yes, I do.
Right, no, but I'm saying, so I sent
I
the cassette
do.
tape to Dr. Bobby Jones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. Just taking a chance.
Okay.
And it was a cappella. You know, 3 months, 3 months later, Dr. Bobby Jones called me at work
Sweet.
at IBM. Yes, it said, first of all, I want to just commend you on sending me this tape. A cappella. I know, but he said, with your voice, I love your voice. Everything is raw, just what I wanted to hear. I want you to come on my show. That was it for me. So, to anybody that's out there listening, sometimes you got to take a chance. You got to trust God, and knowing when you you make up your mind to do something, do it, believe in yourself, and watch God work. So that was just a little nugget for somebody out there. But
Yeah.
so that was kind of like the opening professionally for my career, being on Dr. Jones' show, working with TV One, BET, and that's how I was able to bring Juro, on the BET show. We had a chance to do the song. Juro agreed to do it onto Dr. Jones. So it was amazing meeting in the gospel industry, because that's my passion, because that's my love. So, having a chance to perform on different stages, on different TV shows, doing my ministry, have absolutely been just wonderful.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't know Dr. Jones, BET legend. Uh,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
yeah, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
God put you in the right places, and you've done some things.
Right place,
Continue
right time.
continue to do things. Uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
do you write, Shawn? Do you write?
I do. I do. On my last album, I was able to write at least 70% of my music. My writing really comes from my experience, things I've been through, um, my past. And so with me, I'm not saying I'm the greatest, but with me, when I'm writing something, I really try to, write from my past experiences, and kind of so people can feel what I went through, you know, um,
Right.
just share that, because again, my testimony may help somebody else.
And yes, right. And I want the folks out there to know that are watching on TV, that I have my other device in front of me, because I'm looking at the comments from folks that are on social media, and I think you have your phone up as well. So you'll be able to see a lot of the comments. There are people from Shaw University chiming in.
Oh,
There are
okay.
your followers chiming in, leaving wonderful comments about
Oh,
your lessons.
awesome.
So yeah, at some point I'll just drop a few of those if you don't see them. But yes,
Okay.
we are on television, and we are on social media. So we got several platforms going, so this is great.
Uh,
So you have already given advice. What is it, Coco, what is it that you love about the business, and what is it that you don't love about the business?
um, what I love about the business, I think, is because I love what I do. I love music. I love singing, and so anytime that I'm singing, it makes me feel happy. It makes me feel like I'm sharing my gift, what God has given me to the world. What I don't like sometimes is um, sometimes how your gift can be abused. You know, how some people can take advantage of it, of your gift, your talent. Um, and I say that for saying maybe they don't want to compensate you, for your gift,
Right?
or you understand what I'm saying? They don't want to compensate you, and this is what you do. This is how I feed my family. This is how I live. So that's the thing that I don't like. Sometimes I wish we could be a little better about that, about understanding with musicians and with singers. Um, it's their craft. You may not think it's a job, but it is a job because it takes a lot to sing. I mean, there's things that you can do. There's things that you can't do. Your voice. Dr. Cornwell always said to me, "Your voice is an instrument." So
Yes.
you treat it like an instrument. So there's a lot of things prepping and things that you have to do. So sometimes it kind of get to me when people don't really respect, your craft and what you do.
Well, now, if you wasn't able to do this, what would you do? I know you did. You know your major. You already told us what your major was.
Mhm.
Would you be in your major, or would you have you grown to love something else that you would want to do if you weren't singing?
Well, so my major was criminal justice. Definitely not in that. Haven't been in it because when I was working with IBM, I was in HR recruiting and diversity recruiting. So um, there's a lot of things that I like to do. If I wasn't singing, I think I would be doing kind of what I'm doing now, working with youth, young women, just really trying to help them advance in the entertainment world, um, in the corporate America. So again, when I was in corporate America, I was also doing music. So, I want to be able to help young kids, or saying that you can work in corporate America and you can work in your passion. So just having that work life balance. So I think I would just do classes for that, just helping women know how to manage, two two careers, two
Right.
careers. Also, I have a coffee shop that's located inside the Amtrak station. So I like serving. I like serving people. I like making people feel good, feeling happy. So I try to make sure they have their travel essentials, to have something to eat. So I'm a giver.
Okay.
That's I'm a giver. So I like, serving with people. So um, I think I'll be doing something like that. I'll be doing something. I have to be busy. I can't sit still.
Right.
So that's why this, during this pandemic time, it's like, wow.
Yeah. A lot.
But you find things to do to be creative. That's when you really find yourself. During, that's when, people can really find themselves during this time, because if you can't do something, like we can't do our shows, what
Right.
do you do? So you got to be creative. You got to come up with marketing tools, strategies, and different things like that. So I will be definitely doing something.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Let's talk
Yeah.
your present stuff. Um,
Okay.
you and a couple of ladies
Yeah.
sing with.
Yes.
I saw a video on
Yes.
YouTube. Let's talk about that. You guys released a single first.
Mhm.
I mean, was it as a group? Because I know it was. Well, those are the ladies that sang background with you with
Yeah.
Gerald.
Yeah.
Are you
Yes, it
guys
was.
a group now?
Well, so okay, so what happened was during this time, um, we, we stayed in contact, the four singers, we stayed in contact with each other all these years. And so a lot of times when we would talk to each other, we would be on 3 or 4 way calls. We would laugh and just, do things. And it was hard for us when Gerald passed. So we never really did anything for him as far as a tribute or a song. We always wanted to do something, but we really never had the time. Well, during this time, this was an opportunity for us to get together, to do something. So we had a Zoom call, and just kind of talking about, our days on, when we was with Gerald and just kind of laughing. And there was a producer on there on that Zoom call and kind of reached out to us. Her Militant reached out to us and said, let's do something. Let's do a tribute song, for Gerald's birthday and things like that. So it started off just doing a tribute song, one song to him. But then when we got together, started vibing, we did the video, then it ended up, so we have other songs that we put together that we're going to be releasing pretty soon. So, we're just doing some things. We're doing what we love doing. And all of us are individual artists, so they still got their things going on. But we coming together as a group just to, do it the old school way, like we used to do. Because you don't hear good old school music anymore. So that's what we're doing, taking it back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell them the name again.
In front.
In front.
So it's in front. Why in front? So when we was with Gerald, we were in the back. We was his background singers. Now we want to keep the leg. Why you doing that, Shawn? Why? I can see you, right? So, we want to keep the legacy going. So now we're in front, just to keep his legacy going, to keep the music going. So that's
awesome tribute.
Yeah.
Because obviously 11 years.
Yeah.
With one of the greatest voices ever.
Mm-hmm.
That is a compliment to you guys and the type of dude he was, so that's great. That's real good. Because I know what I'm gonna say. That's why I'm smiling. I got some music for you if you want to put out some more stuff.
You do?
I know I'm looking like a hack trying to. No, I'm just saying. We go back.
I know.
Some tracks and see what we can work out.
That's what's up.
I want to take a second just to say what's up to some of the folks that are watching. I think that's to Barris and Eric, Eric Bryce, Barris.
Eric Bryce?
Yes. Hey,
Eric! Eric is out of Charlotte. Oh, he is like the coldest guitar player ever. Yes.
All right. I think that's Douglas Garrett saying what's happening. Nikki.
Oh, that's my brother.
Nikki Williams.
Hi, Doug.
Everybody's they're chiming in. Kess, Schoolmaker from Shaw U.
Shaw U. What's up, Kess? My girl.
Quan Johnson.
Say Quan.
Yes.
That's my manager.
Okay.
Hey, Quan.
You got Kenneth Gordon and Rachel Pope. So you got a lot of folks. But we're gonna take a break in a couple of minutes because it's time for us to put you on the love seat in the love zone. Don't you act like there's technical difficulties, Coco.
Matter of fact, it's technical difficulties right
now. You already told me your plan, so we ain't gonna go with that one. So basically, before we take a quick break, we know what's going down with you presently. And if you can answer this in like a minute and a half. Okay. The pandemic came in, boom, hit us from the back.
Yeah.
What's your plans when things get a little bit easier and you can get back out there on the road?
Well, my plan is to just keep moving, just have a strategy. Again, like I say, work during this pandemic on Zoom, reaching out to social media. So just having a strategy together. So when it opens up, I can, hit the ball rolling full force, having everything together. And I think that, being, we in this time right now, this is a time where I can really think and put things together. You have your vision board that you lay out. So once your vision board is made and done, you start working towards those goals and just, gradually get there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, sweet. Yeah. All right, Shawn, let's be real. I'm gonna be very professional now. You're all right. I don't want to come back from this break and you're not sitting there. That's not good. That's not good TV.
I promise you, I will be here.
You're my namesake. I'm your namesake. We don't want to do that because again, I will. You leave me here by myself talking. It ain't gonna be good.
But we show you, fam. We should show you.
That's why you should be in this seat and trust me, and not even worry about what's gonna go down. But you're gonna stay there, right?
I'm gonna stay here. I promise you.
All right, listen, we're going to take a short break. Come back with more Coco McMillan on After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. You guys sit right there and don't go nowhere.
Yes, I did it. And I did it over and over and over again.
The bad part was I had to steal to get what I wanted, to satisfy my wants, my needs, and my desires.
I mean, everything seemed so good and perfect. Until...
But none of that mattered because I wanted what I wanted when I wanted it. And what I wanted was...
I know. Stress, no sleep, overeating, over drinking, sex partner after sex partner with no protection. I mean, but I felt like you failed me at times. My confession?
My confession?
My confession is...
My confession?
Thank you for listening.
All right. Welcome back to the show, y'all. Welcome back to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius, my special guest, my Shaw youth sister and entertainment sister, COCO McMillan. She's still here. She didn't go anywhere. See, you did it again. There you go
I'm
again.
still here. No.
There we go with that mute. We go that mute button. Oh boy. Okay. I'm not gonna.
It was because of the conversation we was having earlier, but
Yeah, I'm not gonna edit that out. That's twice. I'm gonna let people see that. So, Shawn, it's time for me to do a little magic. I sing, I do comedy, but here's a little magic. Watch your screen. Watch your screen. Oh snap!
oh my goodness.
Abracadabra. Wow. We are now in the love zone. You are on the love seat, and we're gonna have some fun with this. Very easy situation.
Really?
I promise you. I give you my word. I wouldn't even do it to you. I wouldn't do it to myself. So here we go. I just got some questions, and we're gonna ask a few questions, and we're gonna have some fun with it. Hopefully. All right. Okay. Here's your first question, Shawn. What is your definition of love, and why is it important to you?
My definition of love. Well, I think my definition of love is two people that come together, that really care about each other, that respect each other's morals and value. Why is it important? Because it's based on relationship. You have to have love in a relationship in order to make it work. And God is love. So love plays a big part in the relationship because both persons have to understand that love is beauty, is passion, is it's something that you want to be in respect for. So I think it's very important in a relationship, to have.
Okay. Good start. What is your definition of romance, and why is that important to you?
Okay, romance. I think romance is, let me see, special, spontaneous, emotion. That's what I think of romance. Really just cozy. I don't know. Should we?
Yes, you do.
I do. So
Yeah, but that's fine.
Spontaneous.
It's your definition.
Energy. Yeah.
Okay, and it's important. Why?
it's important. Why? I mean, really?
Okay, don't
If it's no, if it's no romance, if it's no energy and no love or no emotions in it, then what do you have?
Yeah, I'm cool with that, but why'd you just give me the mother like excuse me? Didn't I ask you to go take the trash out? You gonna ask me why? That's what I felt just then. I don't know what it
I mean, for you to
yeah,
see,
now you know they can see you, right? You just told me I can see you can see me. Okay, let's move on. So I don't wanna sit on it.
oh,
Uh,
you funny,
on a scale of 1 to 10, how romantic are you, Coco?
really.
Yeah.
10?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
um, I mean, I don't want to, brag or put myself out there. I mean, but I would say, if I would say 10.
Listen,
I
don't
mean, give
hold
props
back. You're
to
very
yourself.
humble. Right. You're very humble. Somebody else said that too on the show. Well, I don't want to put myself. Well, listen, you're better. If somebody else says a 5, you're gonna be like, excuse me, why would I be a 5? You're gonna be offended. Just
Right.
say it in a very humble way. So a 10.
A 10. A 10.
I'm not gonna say nothing if you tell you 10. It's cool.
A 10.
I know you expected me to say something wild and crazy.
Well, yes, I did expect for you to say something.
Nah, I'm gonna let you do your thing. This is about you, sister. Okay. What are 3 things that attract you to men?
3 things that attract me to men. That they love God, they have a relationship with God, that they have a job, they're working, and that they like to do things, like to be spontaneous.
Okay. Okay. Three things that are
And
not.
make me laugh too as well. I mean, I'm sorry, you got to make me laugh, because if you can't keep me laughing, that's
I got you.
Yeah.
I know that. I don't mean to brag. I'm very humble, but 90% of women love a man who can make them laugh, or 95% of women. That's a good thing. It's an icebreaker for a lot of things and
Right.
an energy thing. So,
Right.
okay. So 3 things now. Did I say 3 things now that that are turnoffs about men?
If we talk a lot. If not too much talking, disrespectful, and not being a gentleman.
Okay, but I have to ask you about your first one. You mean talk a lot like somebody who's a talk show host?
Well, that talks about himself a lot.
Very conceited or arrogant.
Yeah, conceited, narcissist. That's just kind of
cool. But please refrain from all the big words. It's late. They already know you went to Shawn, so let's kind of refrain from the big words.
See, that's why I can't with you, Shawn. Shawn taught us that.
Yes, it did. Okay. All right. If you could have a romantic dinner with anybody in the world, who would it be?
Oh my God! Really?
You're gonna keep asking me, real? I mean, yeah. These are like really. Wait till you get to the next
one. Like an entertainer, like somebody famous. That's what you said.
It don't matter. Anybody.
Wait. What was the question again?
Oh, see, really? Now I'm gonna take your word. Really? If you could have a romantic dinner with anybody in the world, who would it be?
Probably Shamar Moore.
Okay. See, that was easy.
No, it wasn't.
It was. Oh, because you probably got a lot of people you would like to have dinner with.
No, that's not it, but never mind.
Okay, no, I'm not saying specifically men or whatever. It could have been someone in the past. You could have said, I don't know, Martin Luther King. It just happens to be that.
Well, you didn't say, but you didn't set the question up like that.
I did. I said anybody. You're a woman and a beautiful woman and lovely, but you just did the woman thing. Listen to what I say, not what I don't say. Okay,
You did, Shawn, you did.
I
But
appreciate
yeah,
it.
Shamar Moore.
Okay, that's a good choice. Seemed like a good deal.
Mhm.
Okay, here's one that might tickle your brain for a second.
Okay.
Respect, honesty, and trust are very important in relationships, right?
Respect, honesty, and trust.
Yeah. Right now, for this show purpose, you have the opportunity to take one of those out and still have a successful relationship. Which one are you going to get rid of out of respect, honesty, and trust?
Wow. Respect, honesty, and trust. Well, I would want them to have to be respectful. I mean, you have to be respectful uh,
Hmm.
and honest. Well, trust, trust, trust.
No, you know why I'm laughing? Because
What?
you're not the only person, I swear, and Smoke and Denise can tell you this question really
It's
had to make
tough.
you think for a second. But again, there's no wrong answer because I said you're still able to have a successful relationship.
Right, right, right.
People just get stumped and go,
Right, right. Because you think about it, you say, well, if I take out the trust, then you have the honesty and respect, but I still want to be able to trust them. I want to, if you take out the honesty, well, I want them to be honest.
right, right.
So
And that's when I jump in and go, it's not a math problem. All you gotta do is just pick one and be like, Sean, whatever. I'll get rid of that one and I'm good. But it's fun to watch people think. That's what's good. Okay. Here's a fantasy for you. You're walking down the street, you kick a bottle out your way, and out comes Sean, the romantic funny man genie, smoking everything. Right? He's
Mhm.
a low budget genie because he doesn't have a lot of wishes. He's only got one wish for you. You have one wish, and it has to include love. What is your wish, Coco?
Oh, wow. Um, I guess my wish would be that I'm blessed with a husband. We're living in a nice home, being able to go out and travel, being on a yacht, and being able to be with my family and have fun and eat and have crab legs. Oh, okay, so I'm going. All right,
All this
so lobster, watching movies because those are the things I love to do. But that would be my fantasy, just being married, having a family, and being able to travel and enjoy life.
cool. What is it about relationships that you love?
What is it about?
Relationships?
Um, well, I love the relationships because I think it's healthy. I mean, there's things that you get to learn a person. You get to learn about yourself because um, you and that person are, of course, different. So you get to learn different qualities about yourself. You get to share information to them. Share stories and family times, and I think this is it's interesting. Relationships are interesting. It can be tricky,
Hmm.
but a beautiful relationship can really, go a long ways.
Okay, so I like the other side of questions too. What is it about relationships that you don't like?
Um, when you lose the trust, and trust or honesty, when you feel like you can't really trust that person anymore, it could be something that they have done or something that has taken a toll on your relationship. So when you can't trust them, it's hard, and you need to get back to that point, but sometimes your wall is up, so it affects you then, and then if you out of that relationship and trying to move on, that wall is still up, so it takes a while to get back to where you started. So that's the things I don't, that process I don't like,
All right.
that particular process.
Now, since your you days, you've graduated on to life. We've
Hmm.
grown. We've got some odd years since school. You've experienced a lot of things.
Hmm.
And one of the things that I like to do is this younger generation needs help.
Hmm.
What advice would you give young women out there about dating?
Well, first of all, I would say, make sure that's something that you want to do, because a lot of times we say we want to date, but once that began to happen, and when you used to being on your own or independent, then you're not feeling that anymore. So I would say the first thing, make sure that you want to make sure you're with someone that respects you. Make sure you know your values, you know what you're worth, your morals. So you want this young man to respect that. Make sure that you're being honest, in the relationship, or, honesty is always a key factor. Trust and love. So, to the young girls, just be careful, when you get into a relationship, because you want, some things don't come out at first. You have to got to get to know the person. So you make sure you get to know this person, and watch them from afar, as well. But just really value the relationship, respect the relationship, be honest. You're going to have to have sacrifices. So be aware of that, and just know that he's there, you're there as his helpmate, not just taking. You understand what I'm saying? You're there as his helpmate, once you get to, marriage.
Right. So now flip it over. Let's go over to the young men who need help as well. Give the young men some advice on dating women today.
Well, get ready to listen, because we like to talk. Have patience.
Yes.
Have patience, young men, with the women, because again, like I said, we like to talk, and a lot of times you don't know like how to explain it or what to say, and it may just takes us a little longer. But just have a little patience. To the young men, make sure you respect the woman. Open the door for her. I mean, I'm old school. I'm old school. So make sure you open the door for the young woman. Make sure, you take her out, wine and dine her. You make sure you take her to church. So just, treat her right. Treat her right. That would be my thing. Treat her right.
Yeah, that's good advice, again, because we don't know who's watching. I like to have fun on my platform, but I also like it to be, we speak with so many different people, like I said earlier, over 60 interviews now, and from all levels of life, mentalities, men and women and younger and older, mature and immature.
Right.
It's always good to hear a lot of that advice, because it might grab somebody, because they do need help nowadays. It is a different generation, and someone who's lived it and gone to college and come out of it and been through relationships or have seen relationships. We do have very important golden advice.
You said golden advice.
Golden advice. That just popped up just now. I didn't plan that. Golden. I gotta
it's
write
the experience.
Yeah, write
Experience
that down,
makes it
Denise.
easier.
Smoke, write that down. Golden advice.
Golden advice.
Yeah. So somebody told me one time, who I was interviewing, they said, "Don't ask me to sing," but then she ended up coming on the show singing. I didn't ask her, but she was doing her own thing. I'm not going to ask you. Okay. I'm not going to ask you, because I saw you sipping on tea and stuff. Because I know there's people out there though that want me to ask you. So no, I'm not going to ask her. You have to go to YouTube or something and
there we go.
Find that video. Now I'm jumping out of the love zone for just a hot second, because you don't you have, what is your YouTube?
What is my YouTube? COCO McMillan.
Okay, yeah, because I'm sure there are some. I even seen some clips that you put on Facebook of you in rehearsals for shows and things.
Yeah.
So you can always find. And I'm only saying that because I see someone asking me, ask her to sing something. I'm like, yeah. So even if she probably, I'm sipping on tea right now and I can't really do it.
Look, let me do the artist voice. I'm sorry, I was.
Yeah. Somebody asked me one time, tell me a joke. I said, I don't feel funny right now. I don't even know what to do. Look at my face. That's a sad face. It wouldn't come out, but that's what you do. So I want to make sure people check you out and do things like that. Let me see if I'm gonna toss another question out at you. You're doing good, you know. You're not even sweating. That's what's making me want to go deep into the question box because you
Be-
made it seem like it was gonna be so rough on you, and
well,
you sitting there
because
chilling.
I mean, well, because relationships for entertainers, musicians, it's hard. It's hard sometimes because if you're not dating anyone that's in the music business or that understands what you're doing, it can take a toll on a relationship because you're always traveling, you're always gone, and or you're in the spotlight, and so it's hard sometimes.
I get you.
Mhm.
I get you. I totally understand. I totally understand. So, um, do you think that love can change a person? Do you think it has that kind of power? And what I mean is when you first meet someone and there's something about them, it could be you, you know. Has love ever changed you, or have you ever been in love to the point where it's like, I got to get my act together?
Um,
And it
yeah,
being just love, nothing else, but just the admiration that you have for that person,
yeah,
you feel about them, and you know. So, has love ever done that for you? To you?
yeah, it has. It has. It has. Um, and it changed me. Well, it changed me for the good because again, you start to learn yourself and you start to be able to understand and respect each other's opinions and their values. Um, and then when you're in love, you have this feeling inside. It makes you feel some kind of way inside, and it's a good feeling. On the flip side, you know the love, you can be so in love where it's just kind of sickening and you can't find yourself. You
Right.
start losing yourself. Then you start focusing on that, him, or whatever it is. And then you have goals, but you really can't focus on that because you're so in love. You want to make sure that everything is done right for him.
I don't think I've been there, but yeah, that's true. No, I get you. I totally get you. No, I've been in, yeah, I was in, yeah. This is another show. If you were interviewing me, I'd tell you that story. But since
You tell me.
I'm not even going into it, just know I was in I was in love and didn't even know it. And I grew up off of that situation that I kind of ruined. So that was being a young,
Wow.
immature individual, actually coming out of Shaw. It didn't happen at Shaw, but it was coming out of Shaw. So I'm glad I learned early that.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why I talk to the young folks. Listen,
Yeah.
that love thing is real. It's heavy.
It,
It,
it's heavy.
it can be a beautiful
It can
thing.
make you or it can break you.
Sure can. So you just got to make sure that, and you got to make sure your love is not lust,
Right.
because they're so connected. They're like cousins.
Right.
So you got to be careful
Right.
at that
So
level.
you got to be careful, and that's why it's really important to have God in that because when you study in the Bible, you learn, and you become as one, and so you start to learn the things of the Word and the Bible that you supposed to, and it make the relationship healthy, makes it strong. So you have to have God in your relationship to make that love just
Yeah. And
you
that,
know
and that Coco is golden advice. You see it up on the screen. That's golden
yes.
advice. So, good job, Smoke. Good job. Okay, we're gonna play our little game. I'm gonna let you off this love seat and let you get out of here because I appreciate your time. It's called favorites. I'm just gonna
Okay.
say something and you're gonna give me your favorite. You don't have to explain it if you don't want to, and we just go for it. All right.
Okay.
Favorite food.
Lobster.
Favorite all-time song.
Um, We Are the World.
Okay. All right. Favorite all-time movie.
The Sound of Music.
Okay. So I can see you spinning around in your living room singing that song, the theme song. Yes. Okay. I seen it as a young lad. I remember that. Okay.
Right.
Favorite book you've ever read.
Um, let's see. What would be my favorite? I have a couple. You probably gonna laugh.
Me?
You probably gonna laugh when I say this, but I'm trying to think of the name of it because they have the series out now. Um, you ever read The Ghost?
The Ghost?
Uh-huh.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay, so you want to know, but let me pick another one then. What is
No, because it don't have to be one that I know. I may not know it. It's
Okay,
your
well, The
favorite
Ghost
book.
then. The Ghost. The
The
Ghost.
Ghost. Yeah, it's your favorite book, not what I
Yeah.
know.
The
Okay.
Ghost.
Favorite vacation spot.
Oh my goodness. Casablanca, Morocco.
Okay, yeah, you've been some places too. So all right, cool. Yeah. Um, favorite TV show all time.
Good times.
Okay. All right. I'm going to add some new ones in because it's you. I'm going to cater this towards you. Your
Okay.
favorite all-time singer.
My favorite all-time singer,
Yes.
Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
Aretha.
Your favorite all-time gospel singer.
Shirley Caesar.
And she went where?
Shaw
She went to
University.
Shaw
Oh,
University.
sorry. Shaw U.
There you go. Okay. Your favorite food that you can cook.
Chicken.
Okay. All right. I gotta refrain. I gotta keep myself a little my comments from coming. Some of them I can't say, but I'll tell you. Okay, chicken fried, baked, what?
What, the chicken?
Yes.
Fried and baked. Both.
Fried and baked chicken.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me see. One more that's catered to you. I gotta make this one good because we're coming to the end.
Okay.
All right, I'll just come to the end. Favorite time of the day for romance. Favorite time of don't make me just go into detail. Favorite
What?
time of the day for romance. Yeah,
Wait, what?
favorite time of the day for romance.
I
I've,
don't have no favorite flower that comes out.
I've asked that question, Sean, 60 something times. Stop making me feel like, it's yes, but I actually tailored it better. I asked it better for you, but your favorite time
Okay.
for romance. You don't have one?
Okay. So let me say this. Favorite time of day for romance if I was married
There you go.
would be at night.
Okay. That's
Uh,
fine.
yeah, at night.
That's why I softened it up for you. I just didn't add the married thing, but I mean, you can assume that you have a partner. Listen, that kind of show, Sean. I have morals. The show has
I know.
morals.
I know.
All right, Sean. With that answer, you are now off the love seat. Thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you
Love
coming.
you too, Sean. Thank you.
Now, this has been wonderful, and nothing but blessings to you in the future. So God bless you.
God bless you too.
Stay in touch, and let's make some things. Let's make some things happen. Sean and Sean, whatever.
Sean and Sean.
Our coattails. Let's ride each other's coattails.
That's right. That's right.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I want to say what's up to Kenneth Gordon, who asked, "Am I the same Sean from the Shaw Players?" Yes, I am him. Thank you so much for checking in and wanting to be my friend on social media. And I want to thank you guys for supporting After Dark with Shawn Cornelius and everything. So as I always say in parting, please go with God in your heart. Have a peace of mind. Have a wonderful, wonderful tomorrow. And please, guys, we know what's going on right now. I don't care what you call it. People are dying. Please do the best you can to take care of yourself in every aspect of your life, not just for Corona, but for everything. Try to stay healthy and do your thing. Wear your mask, social distance, make sure your hand sanitizer and all that good stuff because we care. All right. And if you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for the two Seans. Do it for Shawn Cornelius and Sean McMillan. All right. So this is from Lula Mae and Cornelius's baby boy, Shawn Cornelius. Good night to you. God bless you. And I'll catch you around the corner on the next episode of After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. Coco, love you, darling. Make sure you take care of yourself.
You
See
too.
you. All righty.
Thank